questions.
Coach Jordan Rogers had a couple of scripts and recovers. Talk about his impact on the weekend.
Oh, he's just a phenomenal football player. A great kid, a kid who works hard every day in practice, a kid who's unselfish, who will do anything for the team. And we had our hands full over there. They're a good football team. They're a really good football team offensively, and we knew we was going to have our hands full. And we try to take away the things in the passing game and push it in line. And there's no fun to coach this game.
You expected to have that much of an impact on him?
He's a great football player. And, some of the things we're trying to do is trying to take him away. And even us trying to take him away, he still had a game like that. And so, they do a great job protecting up front in the passing game. And, you try to borrow somebody to help out on number 3, and then they run the football down the throat. And so, when we first play the game, second half, we come out and try to play base, commit 7 men in the box against 11 personnel, and they threw it over top of us. And so, it's a hard matchup when you play a team like that.
Missing Marquise Rogers, Marquise Hayes, that maybe contribute to that?
Well, some of it, but even if the Marquise is in there, we still got to try to help out and try to figure out a way to stop 30. And if you don't at least cheat to him or cheat a safety to him and play some kind of combination cover with somebody trying to rob him, then he's going to do a great job and make a lot of plays on you. And even when we did that, he made a lot of plays on us. We had him right there for half. We had him double covered. And, he runs a wheel route and then turns it into a curl route. And not a lot of people run a wheel route and turn it into a curl route, but he did. And they threw it to him and he caught it for a touchdown. So he's a difficult matchup. He's an excellent kid. He's an excellent football player, and it's very tough when you try to defend people like that.
A couple of times on punts, you got called for having too many men in the backfield. Is that just unique to this game? You punt the ball all year.
I think it's just an error. You never know. You never know what official's going to call. Some officials give you some leeway. Some officials give you no leeway. And so I'd have to go back and look at film and see exactly where we lined up. It may have been the same place we lined up all year long in that situation. And they just called it today.
Your second touchdown drive, you overcame 25 yards of penalties in that drive. Does that speak to the determination of your offense?
I think so. Our kids are tough and they're hard nosed and they're hurting right now. And I told just like I told them at the beginning, if it didn't hurt, I'd be worried about you. It's tough to get all the way here and not fulfill your dream. Your dream is to win a state championship when you play high school football. And when you get there, and for coaches, it's tough too. It's tough for everybody involved. And so, I told our seniors after the game, thank you for all you did for this program, and you younger classmen, remember how this feels, and in 365 days, be prepared to be right back here on this field and don't let it happen again.
You guys did a good job in the first half of trading flows with them, but right there before the half, they got the score and they came out and scored in the second. How big was that sequence for you?
Well, just like when they got the ball second half, they went 10 personnel, and once again, the matchups in the 10 personnel were in their favor. They weren't in our favor, and so we tried to play some Iowa State type cyclone. We call it cyclone because it's Iowa State's type of defense where you're playing trap 3 behind it, and even then we're running some kind of game with our 5 techniques, and they're running the football on us. You saw it. It's one of them deals. What do you do? And then we blitz and hit them on 3rd down. Then we give up a short 4-yard route on 4th down to give them a 1st down. And so, and at the same time, it's hard to tell a cornerback, hey, you got to play flat foot and take away the 4-yard route when that number 3's out there and he can take a chance on running by you. So even after the timeout, we told our kids, hey, play the sticks because they're going to throw it short. And high school football players, the last thing they want to do is get beat on national TV on deep ball. And so, our kids played hard. But we played a really good football team today, and they got the best of us.
Coach, the first half, it seemed like you guys were trading blows going back and forth. Come out at halftime. What kind of adjustment did you think that you would have to make to maybe get up on top?
Well, one thing we just talked about in the first half, we didn't play a 7-man box. We played a 6-man box, and they ran the football on us. And so we talked about playing some base, which is a 7-man box for us against 11 personnel. And you saw it in the first play. We went base, 7-man box, and they threw it over top on us. It's just they're a tough matchup for anybody they play. They got guys out there that can make plays, and they got a massive offensive line. If you try to go 6 in the box and they got 11 personnel, they got a tight end in there, you're down a man. know, and you're trying to borrow a man to help on this guy, but also tell him he's got to fit on a run. And it's difficult for any kid, you know. And once again, I don't question our kids' effort. I thought it was big when we got about 7 or 8 yards on first down right off the bat, coming out and got an unsportsmanlike conduct, you know, and a 15-yard penalty, and it stalled us out, and we punted and they scored. And then, you know, now you're behind 2 scores, and you got to do something you don't like to do. And so, you know, once again, at La Vega High School, the goal is to win a state championship. We didn't get that done today, and so we're going to start when we get back from Christmas. Going to work on doing it next year.
You mentioned a massive offensive line. Your offensive line, a big part of your success this year. Notice you got 3 guys named Brown on the offensive line.
We got 4 guys, and we put a tight end in there, and we put 36 on him. His name's Brown as well. So 2 of them are twin brothers. 66 and 68 are twin brothers, and the other 2 are no relation. And so luckily we got 3 of those 4 back next year. So, you know, we're still a young football team. We return probably 8 kids defensively and probably 7, 8 kids offensively. And so, you know, just like the goal is to win a state championship every year at La Vega High School, we expect to be right back here playing again next year.
You mentioned it there, but the young team, how valuable is just this experience and just, you talked about the better taste after the game, but just being here and experiencing it for when they do come back.
Being here and experiencing it's huge. You know, these kids haven't lost a whole lot of football games. And so, you know, the kids who've been here before and actually were on the field when we played last year probably took it a lot better than the kids who this was their first time to be on that field. You know, this is a big stage. It's a enormous atmosphere credit to the UIL for creating a situation like this so high school kids can basically live out their dream of being a professional football player or even a big-time college football player, because a lot of those guys in that field today, with the exception of about 4 or 5, will never play major college football. And so being in a stadium like this and this type of atmosphere is unbelievable for them. It's unbelievably special for them and unbelievably special for us, the coaching staff. So, you know, my hat's off to the UIL. My hat's off to every Texas high school football coach that dreams of being here. There's a lot of good high school football coaches that never get this opportunity. And I've been blessed at La Vega High School. We've had this opportunity 4 times. And so, you know, one thing you do is get spoiled in that regard. But when you set up here and you're not successful in this final game, it just lights a fire and makes you even harder to go harder the next year.
Coach, you almost had a similar path from last year to this year with the Argyle losses and the Argyle wins. Can you just talk about taking everybody's best shot this year up until this one and defending the championship up until today?
I mean, it's you know, you talk all the time about the grind that's involved, and you know, hats off to my coaching staff. They're unbelievable guys. They're unbelievable coaches. They're willing to work hour after hour after hour after hour after hour. You know, their name's never in the paper. Sometimes I wish my name wasn't in the paper, but a lot of times it is. But their name's never in the paper, and you know, all the credit that we've had as a football team is due in large part to the guys who operate behind the scenes. You know, assistant coaches are kind of like offensive linemen. Offensively, you know, when you read the paper, this running back scored, or this receiver called the pass, or and scored a touchdown. They don't ever talk about those 5 guys up front who do all the work to make sure all those things can come to fruition. And it's the same thing for assistant coaches. You know, they do a lot of work. They work extra hours. They work extra long. They work extra hard to make sure our kids have everything we can have to be successful. And so, you know, I just like to take this opportunity to thank them.
2 more questions.
Coach, your second year, you've got a championship trophy or runner-up trophy. I guess now you just start collecting just championship trophies.
I mean, nobody likes the runner-up trophy, you know. But you know, once again, you start the year off planning, working hard with this end result in mind. When I say this end result, I'm talking about being at this stage, and just to be at this stage is a large accomplishment. You know, like I said a while ago, there's a lot of Texas high school football coaches that are phenomenal football coaches that never get this opportunity. So, just to have this opportunity and be in this type of setting is rewarding, and at the same time, it's deflating that you come home with a runner-up trophy. But you know, like any competitor, if you're a coach and you're not a competitor, you're not going to be a very good coach. And so, you know, everybody in that locker room, from kids to coaches to even our trainers, are competitors. And so, when we get back and start it back up again, we'll be driven even further or even harder to make sure we get back here and don't let this repeat itself.
Final question? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.